Hey, I've always known I was different. Well, maybe not always. I grew up as the oldest of 5 kids in a working class family in Los Angeles and the surrounding areas of Orange and Riverside County. And I remember sometimes going to work with my dad, who was a brilliant electrician, and people always asked, if I was going to follow in his
footsteps. What? Following in his grandfather's footsteps. Footsteps.
footsteps. But, I really didn't want to follow in his footsteps. I mean, there was a few ways in that I wanted to be like my dad. He was cool, but I didn't want to be an electrician, and yet everybody loved asking if I was. And my friends all wanted to be just like their dad, so I wondered, why was I different? And if there was something wrong with me. I didn't let it get to me. I grew up and tried a lot of different things. Some I liked, some I didn't. But nothing hit me until about 5 years after high school, when I went to the Art Institute of Dallas. They had a new program they just started back then in the late 80s, the music and video business. This was perfect for me. Well, it set me on a course that turned out to be perfect for me. As at first I wanted to use the education to be a music producer. But the video courses had me eventually do a video from beginning to end. A couple of my classmates had their own band and asked me if I would make a music video for them for this assignment. Sounded good to me. Whoa. Something completely unexpected happened when I made this 4-minute mini-movie as a music video. Yeah, I played the part of the boyfriend, not because I wanted to be an actor, but that was my girlfriend and the love of my life. And under the circumstances, could not find an appropriate actor that I didn't mind kissing her. Hey, give me a break. I was in my mid-20s. I outgrew that jealousy, but not my passion for writing and directing and editing, producing, and in fact, it quickly grew from short-length music videos to becoming a longer storyteller as a filmmaker. But this music video was the beginning. And you gotta remember, it was the late 80s, and by today's technology standards, it was quite limited. But I loved every minute of it, from creating the story from blank page to location scouting, and especially directing. And then seeing it on the screen, this was it, what I was meant to do. And it made sense. Why this had never crossed my mind before, I'll never know. I have always loved movies, and they've always played a big part in my life. Yeah, even as a kid, I can remember, like right here when I was in the 2nd grade, my mom would use it as a bargaining chip. She would sometimes threaten me that if I was not good or if I did not clean my room, that they would not take me to the next Billy Jack movie or the next Planet of the Apes movie. Yep, that was just the beginning of my loving movies. Some of my fondest memories growing up were going to the movies. I have loved movies ever since. I've seen thousands of movies, have nearly 100 that I would consider favorites, and at least half of them I've seen multiple times. Looking back, it seems so strange that it took so long, and for me to move away from the movie capital of the world before I realized that this was it for me, that this movie making, it was, dare I say it?
Let's say it. Destiny! Destiny! No escaping, that's for me! Destiny! Destiny! No escaping, that's for me! Destiny! Destiny! No escaping! No.
Call it what you want. Call it destiny, fate, a calling. It was a dream. More than a dream. I felt this in my head, in my heart, deep down in my soul.
Because I know deep, like just in this area, that I just know that I want to be miserable. Like, really miserable. Because, hey, if that's what it takes for me to be happy, then...
Well, Hitch was talking about love, and that's what I have felt, a love for filmmaking. Some say I'm married to my work. I've spent the last 20-plus years following this love and life-fulfilling goal, and many will tell you, just as this character Hitch was saying, to be happy sometimes you are miserable in this business. But I have loved, breathed, ate, slept, lived movie making. And again, it was a huge bonus that all of this work is in an industry that respects, encourages, and makes movies of those who are different, and makes no excuses for being different from the majority or what most consider acceptable. And these are just a few examples. And like many of you, I can relate to these characters about being different. Growing up from very humble beginnings and not really connecting with those whom I grew up with, I felt I was different. But it wasn't until 1995 when I truly found out what it was like to be different. And I was not going to hide it. There is no hiding this, nor should I, even if I could. And you know what? I am proud to be different. It is a part of who I am as a man, as a person, as a human being. And this truly being different is not by choice. It is not something I can change. This is who I am. And I want and I hope that despite this difference, that I'm still treated as an equal, just like any other man, person, or human being. Celebrate life, even those whose life is different. And after working in this business for the past 16 years as a truly different person, I found that Hollywood does give voice and respect and opportunities for those who are different from the majority, to be able to represent themselves and all those who are just as different as they are. Well, that is unless you are like me and you are or you become too different. Yes, you can be too different. As I found out in 1995 when I became a paraplegic, I still have the same passion for filmmaking, and even more so now, being an authentic voice and vision for paraplegics and all those with a disability. But even though Hollywood movies and TVs often lead the way in giving an authentic portrayal and images of those who are different, you can still be too different, even for Hollywood.
Can you see the